Hello again, Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Confessions of a Paper Addict Cut Files. Here is the Etsy store. I am a member of the design team starting in May 2021 and I'm super excited to be working with the cut files from Confessions of a Paper Addict. This is the cut file that I will be using today. It was part of the May 2021 release and it's called Pin 10. So I'm going to go ahead and scrap those three pictures right there. My fiance is doing some crafty painting on the coffee table that he is building. So he was using some craft products and go ahead and, painting and stuff. So I thought this little tin of paintbrushes and pens and pencils and all kinds of fun little art supplies worked perfectly. I did size it a little big in the store because I wanted to, or in my Cricut, I wanted to make sure that it was very prominent. And I'm going to back it in all kinds of fun colors of cardstock that I showed you there at the beginning, or showing you right now. So those are all the colors that I'm going to use, and I'm not going to make you watch me sit there and glue and cut. I'm just giving you a rough showing now of how I am doing the pin tin. I just did an all brown, keep it simple. Which I probably will use this again, I will go ahead and make all the different parts of the tin a different color. And there you go. It is all fun. I went in and changed all the beautiful pens and pencils and paintbrushes and all that fun stuff. And I think it really pops because I cut it out on black cardstock versus white. So I really think it makes a difference. Definitely on like the pencils because the tips look like lead. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my photos down. I believe I'm going for 3x3 and just trimming that up. I am using some embellishments that I have. I believe they are from Project Life. There's a couple different sets that I had, and that is where I got my color match from on my cardstock. And then I pull in a yellow 12x12 piece of cardstock. That is from, I believe, Close to My Heart, but it is just in my stash. And I thought it was really, the cut file would really pop against the yellow. So I do go ahead and first mat my three photos in white, and then I'm going to go in the other colors that I have sitting there and end up with like a film strip of him working on his craft projects. I do want to remind you guys that this cut file is from Confessions of a Paper Addict, and it is available at the Etsy store now, along with many other wonderful, beautiful, fabulous cut files. There's some stitching. There's some simpler ones that aren't so intricate and detailed, that don't require a lot of detail work. And then there are some that are, but I mean, it's all levels of cut file stages. If you're a beginner, intermediate, experts, I will still consider myself a beginner, but I consider myself a beginner on everything. But yeah, the stitching ones are super fun. If you like to stitch on your paper, it's already pre-cut, so you don't have to punch the holes. How ingenious is that? Virginia is just a superstar. I cannot, the time and effort that the woman puts into making those gorgeous cut files for us is just wonderful. Also, I want to remind you to hop on over to the Facebook page. There are fun challenges, mood boards, interactive things that go on throughout the month. We just finished up International Scrapbooking Day weekends, and the design team is so inspirational, and I am just so, what's the word I'm looking for? In awe, speechless, to be on this team with these lovely ladies. I just can't believe it. I feel just so excited. I'm so excited. Like, I absolutely love the cut files and have been on quite a kick lately, which you will also see that you don't always have to back the cut file if you don't want to. You can paint behind it. You can leave it open. You can put it on a pattern paper. There are so many things. But when you have a cut file on your layout, and I've said this before prior to the announcement of the design team, having a cut file on your layout pretty much takes care of a lot of guesswork. it's like the focal point outside of your photos. So you don't have to do a lot of embellishment. For the most part, sometimes it dictates how your layout's going to turn out because there may only be certain spots where your photos can go. I just find it a lot simpler using cut files. Like, I'm in love, yes, with cut files. Sometimes I paint the cut file. Sometimes I paint behind the cut file. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. May releases have a lot of fun, crafty stuff along with some other fabulous items. So right here, I'm trying to figure out where I actually want my cut file to go. And I do want just a portion of it to overlap the photo cluster there. And when like I said, when I seen this cut file, I was like, oh my God, I have pictures of him being crafty. And he's got a cup of paintbrushes in front of him. So it just worked out very, very nicely. I am going to just go ahead and pop some random bits in and around the layout because I do, want to decorate just a little bit. Because the cut file, words are hard. The cut file is pretty much center stage. I have the pictures in somewhat of a very large photo strip running down the left-hand portion of the page. So I am just going to go ahead and fill up the little bits areas under, start tucking things up underneath the cut file. I was really thinking about doing a little cluster right there, but absolutely nothing that I pulled had anything to do with what he was doing. So I just pulled that apart. I am going to go ahead and put some of the chipboard and die cuts on the little pins in. And I do that because I don't know about you guys, but a lot of my crafty holders, I'll decorate them. Like if I really like a sticker or something. So if I have like a favorite item that I'm like, I just really want to look at this every day, I'll stick it on my little containers. I do go ahead and create a little banner cluster right there to the side. And I'm going to just put some pieces all around. And now this is for you, Scrappy Amy, because I am putting hearts and stars on this layout. And it was a challenge. But she keeps making fun of me because I won't put hearts. I'm always like, no hearts and stars on the same layout. Like, I'm sure I've done it in the past. But if I think about it, I won't do it. So right here, I'm putting all the stars down and I'm just going to spread them around like enamel dots. So I'm just going to kind of cluster them up. But I wanted more. And I'm like, I don't have any more stars. Those little chipboard sheets don't come with any more. And I'm like, what am I going to do? So I'm like, I'm going to do it. I'm going for it. So here you go. See, I'm putting the hearts down. So I used up all the little chipboard hearts and all the little chipboard stars. And the layout is fabulous. I'm not going to say I'm going to do it again. I'm not going to say I'm not going to do it again. But I think it worked well for this layout. And the colors match perfectly. Like I just took those little ephemera pieces because I don't have any of the, if it came with papers or Project Life cards or anything, I have nothing. I just have, you guys do that sometimes. Like I randomly order ephemera pieces and then it sits around forever because I'm like Rosie Studio, they had a big sale. I ordered like lots of different, I have not used them because, well, I don't know them. I'm going to use Our Nest as the title, and I'm going to tuck it in right there. As I'm looking at the page, it needs my fabulous outlining because I need to finish it off. It just looked too empty. It needed to have something to border the page, and I do kind of have quite lump and bump because I popped up the cut file and like 3 layers of cardstock there. I didn't want to try to put it in my little Fiskars trimmer because I'm afraid it wouldn't have cut straight and then I would have been sad. So I just take my pen and go ahead and outline it. Here are some close-ups. Don't forget to check out the shop and the Facebook. Thumbs up if you liked the video. I'll see you tomorrow.